Let's turn to the analytics of changes in the real interest rate. And we'll do a rather dramatic increase in the real rate from what used to be, I think earlier it was 5%, and now we're going up to 20%. So R rises from 0.05 to 0.20, and that's reflected down here. And as you can see, if the interest rate goes up, then wealth is going to fall. Because with a higher interest rate, the consumer can still choose to consume her initial endowment, which was point E. What's going to happen is the real rate increase is just going to cause the budget line to pivot in that direction, but still go through the endowment point. Okay, so why is this always feasible? Well, because this is simply the point where the consumer chooses to consume today y minus t, and tomorrow yf minus tf. So this is just a point where the consumer does no savings and no borrowing. And so that point is always going to be feasible, even when the real interest rate changes. What's going to happen is, as the interest rate goes up, but you can sort of see already that if the consumer were choosing one of these extreme points, she'd be able to consume less today than she would have been able to under the lower interest rate. So that's telling us that the relative price of current consumption has gone up. And so we're going to get a substitution from current consumption to savings. But of course, savings is just future consumption. So a higher real interest rate is going to induce the consumer to consume less today and instead to consume more in the future. Now, there's also going to be an income effect that comes from this, and we'll turn to that next.